If you're grinding ranked but not climbing, you're probably frustrated. You're putting the hours, playing harder than ever, but your RR, your rank won't budge. It feels like there's something blocking you, something invisible. That something isn't bad luck, bad teammates, or the system, rank system itself. It's your perception of your own skill level. There's a name for this, Dunning-Kruger Effect. And if you don't understand how it's affecting you, you will stay hard stuck. So before we go into the Valorant, let's understand what is Dunning-Kruger effect. Dunning-Kruger effect is a cognitive bias where people overestimate their own skill because they lack the knowledge to see their mistakes. So in Valorant terms, let's create two types of examples. First example is the overconfident player. Low skill, high confidence. They just hit gold. They chop fragging few games. Blames they don't blame on themselves for losing, and they just move on to the next, and they always think they deserve a higher rank. Let's go to second type of player, the self-doubting player. High skill, low confidence. Stuck plat diamond for months, aware of their mistakes, but they don't know how to fix them. Feels like they're improving, but their rank doesn't reflect it. This explains why so many players plateau in ranked. At low ranks, improvement feels obvious. Better crosshair placement, fewer bad peaks, basic mechanics. But as you climb, the margins shrink. If you're not seeing your mistakes, you are not fixing them. And if you're not fixing them, you're not climbing. So why most players stay stuck? When you start playing, climbing feels simple. When you understand very basic of the game, such as you stop dry picking angles, you're improving your crosshair, your padding, learn when to play faster paced or slow pace. Each small adjustments in lower ranks give you huge gains. You can see it immediately in your gameplay. And in high ranks though, there's invisible mistakes. As you reach higher diamond, ascended, immortal, the improvement slows. Your mistakes become smaller, harder to notice, but same as costly as when you are just dry peeking angles when you're silver. So for example, when you peek in an angle, your crosshair like little low and you cannot get the headshot and you lose the duel. And that duel was affecting the round win, as it was an important duel. You swing wide instead of slicing an angle, giving an enemy the easy shot to they see you first. And for example, other things that if you're playing initiators, such as Breed Soul of Fate, you tilted like a tiny bit late, giving the enemy to reposition. These aren't mistakes you can feel in the moment, but they are why you lose game that you should have won. So the three harsh suck traps. The when I see in my coaching sessions, the most of the students comes to me that they're hard stack and they just want to improve and they're gonna reach the higher pixel, red pixels, whatever. The fall into those one of those traps. Most of them is a very overused phenomena in the scene, but blaming teammates. I heard a lot of they do their job, but their teammate they can't hold the side, they can't take space, blah blah blah. Other thing, ego protection. That as I mentioned the first player time, they should be higher rank, but they just get bad luck. Third, the most important one, in my opinion, they avoid feedback. Even though in the game someone tells you should do this, they immediately disregard their opinion and they get frustrated because someone try to teach them in the game. So they don't need coaching or they don't need other perspectives. They already know what to do. But if here's the truth, if you're stuck, probably it's you. It's not your teammates. I'm not saying that bad teammates doesn't happen. They happen. You get unlucky with your teammates. It happens, but most of the time when you look at the long numbers, big numbers, lows, mostly you. So how to break out the hard stack cycle? First, most important thing is that watch your replays. Most players only watch replays when they lose, clutch, or get unlucky. That's the wrong approach. Instead, review your gameplay like a coach would. Watch the entire round because each round has a different story. Where did your position wrong yourself, or where did you do wrong? Not just slice it up and put it like, oh, I died because my crosshair placement was bad or I peaked wrong. Yes, this might be the cause, but watch the whole round. What made you lead that to not slice that angle, not maybe you have to white swing that angle? What made you do that? Look for mistakes, not excuses. And also what you could have done better. And analyze how you died, as I mentioned in the first step, not just analyze why you died, not how you died. Basically, look at the whole round. Most of the Radiant players review on their games more than they play most of the time. Why aren't you? That's the question. Other thing, how to break out the hard stack cycle. Train smarter, not harder. Is a very catchy phrase and very overused case again. But if you're practicing the wrong things, you are reinforcing bad habits. So basically, if you like to understand that, to train smarter, the not harder, you need to first identify the problem. So what's your problem? Why are you losing duels? Your movement, your crosshair placement, or game sense. You have to pick one and focus on one. You can't focus all of them. So minus grinding won't make you better, but targeted practice will. Third, one of the most important things: get outside feedback. Even pros, everyone, even though, for example, Alpha here tweeted the other day, he looking for aim coach. Even though this guy is known as the biggest, best aimer in one of the best aimers in the world, he's looking for aim coach because the most best players always looking to improve. They don't plateau. They're always looking for outside feedback, what they can do better. So ask for there's even a Reddit you can go called Valorant Academy and put your VOD, even DM or in game. High level players will give you feedback, and you can get the outside of feedback. So basically, ask a higher rank friend or get a coach like me, anyone in the scene, get a different feedback, review a match, join discords, for example, content creators, sometimes they offer free coaching. Try to get into those, try to get feedback, and small thing your approach can change your result. And fourth, I'm repeating this again, but I want to emphasize this: focus on one weakness at a time. Trying to fix everything at once will overwhelm you. Instead, break it down. This couple days, I'm gonna focus on how I'm gonna route the side. This week, I'm gonna focus on how I'm gonna peak the angles. This week, I'm gonna focus on just my utility. This week, I'm just gonna watch minimap all the time and communicate with my team. So just focus on one. Stacking one improvement at time is how elite players separate from the rest. And don't forget, progress doesn't always show in your rank. Some of your biggest improvements won't show in your ranking immediately. Some of them might be like winning more duels than you used to. When you get in the higher rank lobbies, you actually do well, but still lose, or you making better pressure in the clutch situations. These are wins. Even the numbers do not tell you the rank name of or pixels color of the rank doesn't change. These are wins. You have to always consider them as a win. And the last important most thing, the Dunning-Kruger cycle never stops. Every time you rank up, you have to start the cycle again. You hit a new peak, you feel like a god, you get humbled by better players, you grind through the frustration and learn, identify your mistakes, and rank up again. The best players aren't the ones who avoid the cycle, the ones who recognize it and push through. As Alpha Air example, at the highest level, Valorant is about mechanics, because at the higher level, if you're playing higher level, your mechanics probably 95% the same. If you are around Immortal 3 and Radiance, it's about mindset and analyzing your mistakes. So people who keep climbing, the ones who accept they don't know everything. That's pretty important. Stay open to learning, focus on long-term improvement, not just short-term RR. So to wrap up the video, if you're stuck and if you are just the next stage of the climb, as I always said to my students in the coaching, hard stack is the best thing ever to happen to you because it gives you a lot of time to recognize and understand your mistakes. If you feel like you're not improving, you hit a wall, take a step back, watch your replays, analyze your feedbacks, get outside feedback, train with intention. You're not stuck. You're just not the next level of the grind. The question is, are you willing to push through? Now tell me, I want to hear your ranks. Where do you feel stuck? Drop in the comments. And also I will do a free coaching raffle from one of those comments. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. See you next one.